One of these ships has a full water park, an ice skating rink, and the tallest slide at sea. But did it make my number one? Stay tuned. Hey Travelholics, and welcome back. Today I'm counting down my top 5 Royal Caribbean ships and a few honorable mentions you may not have expected. But before we dive in, make sure you like this video and subscribe to YoTravelholic so you can get those cruise reviews, travel tips, and destination guides. Now, you may know Caribbean has everything to choose from smaller traditional ships to massive floating resorts that feel like a city at sea. And I have personally sailed on all of these ships in this list. But you know what? I do have some favorites. And just so we're level setting here, this ranking is not based on which ship is the newest, the biggest, or the most expensive. I considered entertainment, dining, activities, the layout, the atmosphere, and the overall experience I had while on board the ship. And I really tried hard to avoid filling the list with several ships of the same class. Royal Caribbean has many different cruise classes, and I wanted the ranking to show some variety. Now, there is one exception to that rule, but I'll explain that as we get a little closer. Of course, this is my personal ranking. Your experience may have been completely different. So let me know in the comments which ships make your list. Before we start the official countdown, here are my 3 honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1. Brilliance of the Seas. Brilliance of the Seas provides a much more traditional cruise experience, much more so than the larger ships in the fleet. One of the things I enjoyed the most about Brilliance was how connected the ship felt to the ocean. So, what do you mean by that? Great question. Radiance class ships are known for their large windows, open views, and bright public spaces. You know, sometimes on the newer ships, it can feel sometimes like the ship itself is the entire destination. Nothing wrong with that. But on Brilliance, the ocean and the itinerary remain a major part of the experience. This ship is also much easier to navigate and it feels more intimate. You don't need several days to learn your way around this ship and you don't feel pressured to run from one attraction to the other. So, Brilliance won't be the right ship for someone looking for water slides, neighborhoods, and nonstop activities. But for a relaxing vacation, a port-intensive itinerary on more of a classic cruise experience, Brilliance is a great option. My next honorable mention is Odyssey of the Seas. It represents Royal Caribbean's Quantum Ultra class. Well, Quantum class. Quantum offers a completely different experience from Brilliance. You have modern technology, unique activities, and some of Royal Caribbean's most interesting entertainment spaces. The Seaplex is one of the highlights, offering activities such as bumper cars, sports, and games. You also have that North Star observation capsule, which provides incredible views high above the ship. And then there is 270, which may look like a relaxing observation lounge during the day, but transforms into a high-tech entertainment venue at night. One of the biggest advantages of Odyssey is the amount of indoor entertainment. That makes this ship work well whether you're sailing warm weather destinations or visiting destinations where the weather may be a little cooler and unpredictable. I enjoyed the variety offered on board on Odyssey, and that Quantum class absolutely deserves to be represented in this ranking. It just missed my top official 5 for now. My next honorable mention is Wonder of the Seas. Wonder was probably the hardest ship to leave out of my top 5. It's one of Royal Caribbean's most complete family ships. You have multiple neighborhoods, major entertainment productions, a huge variety of restaurants and activities for almost any age group. Wonder works especially well with multi-generational families because children, teenagers, parents, grandparents can all find something that they enjoy. The ship also introduced additions such as Wonder Playscape and the Sweet Neighborhood. So, okay, go ahead and ask the question, why didn't it make the top 5? It came down to a direct comparison of Wonder and Utopia. Oops, I've given away some of the top 5 already. I enjoyed both ships, but Utopia's dining, nightlife, entertainment, and overall energy gave it a slight advantage for me. But don't get me wrong, it remains an incredible ship. And depending on the itinerary or the group I was traveling with, I could easily choose Wonder again. But for this ranking, it receives an honorable mention. Now, let's begin that official countdown. Okay, here we go. Coming in at number 5, Navigator of the Seas. Navigator of the Seas represents Royal Caribbean Voyager class. Navigator has the classic Royal Caribbean feeling that many longtime cruisers love. You have the promenade, plenty of activities, entertainment, and enough dining options to keep the cruise interesting without making the ship feel overwhelming. One of the things I really appreciate about Navigator is that it offers many recognizable Royal Caribbean features in a more manageable space. You can explore the ship without feeling like you need an entire week just to understand the layout. Navigator is also an important ship for West Coast cruisers. Sailing from Los Angeles provides an opportunity to experience Royal Caribbean without having to fly to Florida or another East Coast port. Now, Navigator may not have all of the newest features found on the newest, latest Royal Caribbean ships, but it's comfortable, familiar, and so much fun. And even, for the price, hey, I'm absolutely going to sail Navigator again. Number 4, Independence of the Seas. You guys knew I had to have a Freedom Class ship on here. It's representing the Freedom Class on this list. I believe Freedom Class is one of the best classes Royal Caribbean offers, period. End of story. It's the best all-around crew class ship. Independence is large enough to offer plenty of dining, entertainment, and activities, but it still feels very manageable compared to the newest mega ships. You have the Royal Promenade, ice skating, entertainment, pools, plenty of places to eat. The ship delivers many of Royal Caribbean's features people expect without feeling like every day needs to be carefully scheduled. That balance is one of the reasons Independence ranks so high for me. It's a ship that works for families, couples, groups, and first-time Royal Caribbean cruisers. Now, they may not have the multiple neighborhoods or every new attraction in the fleet, but it provides a comfortable and a familiar cruise experience. And you know what? Sometimes a ship doesn't need to reinvent itself to give you a great vacation. Independence proves that Royal Caribbean established ships can compete with the newest additions in the fleet. You like that? Royal Caribbean competing with itself. Go on now. Okay, number 3. Already gave this one away a little bit. Utopia of the Seas. Utopia of the Seas is going to represent our Oasis class. It brings the familiarity of the Oasis class experience, but gives an even stronger focus on entertainment, dining, nightlife, and high energy short cruises. Yep, you still have the neighborhoods, the pools, the shows, the restaurants, and the activities that makes the Oasis class so popular. But Utopia feels more focused on creating a non-stop vacation atmosphere. The ship has plenty of happenings throughout the day, and that energy keeps going late until the evening. Parties, live music, entertainment venues, and dining experiences almost around every corner. Utopia feels designed for people who want to fit a lot of fun on vacation in a short sailing time. My decision between Utopia and Wonder was extremely close. Now, both of them currently are doing short sailing, so that's same. But what I believe one of the things that gave Wonder the edge to Utopia for me was Utopia is leaving out of Port Canaveral. So that whole Miami Zoo, you don't have to deal with it. And Utopia is a newer ship, so it felt livelier and it was more entertainment focused. So that gave Utopia the slight edge and placed it at number 3. All right, we're down to the last 2. Number 2 is Icon of the Seas. Icon changed the Royal Caribbean experience in a major way. And when they call it Icon, they meant that. It combined elements of a cruise ship, resort, and a theme park, all in one vacation. You'll have multiple neighborhoods, pools, entertainment venues, play areas, and adult spaces. One of the things that impressed me the most about Icon was how well the ship handled the different types of travelers. From families with children, they can find plenty to do. Adults can enjoy the many restaurants and the nightlife and those quieter spaces. And there's even places where multi-generationals can get together without everyone having to participate in the same activity all day. Icon delivers a major factor. From the first time you step on that ship to the moment you begin exploring the different neighborhoods, it feels like a completely different level of Royal Caribbean cruising. Okay, you know I don't sugarcoat anything. This ship can be busy, expensive, and overwhelming. It's definitely not the right choice for someone looking for a quiet, traditional cruise. But if you want variety, entertainment, and a ship that feels like a destination, Icon delivers. Okay, you've stuck with me this far. Let's not belabor it. Number 1 is Star of the Seas. And this one is the exception to my effort to try to avoid duplicating class ships. Now, you know, Icon and Star are both Icon class ships. Normally, I would have selected a ship from a different class. But after sailing on both of the ships, I believe this one earned its way to be number 1 and in the top 5. You see, Icon introduced the concept, but Star takes that Icon class experience and it continually builds upon it. Star is designed to be the destination. There are activities for families, adults, for the entertainment lovers, for the food lovers, and for cruisers who simply just want to sit by the pool. You can have a completely different experience depending on how you choose to spend your day. Look, if you want to be active from morning till night, or you can slow down and enjoy the ship, it's your choice. Go at your own pace. What Star made Star number 1 for me is how the entire experience came together. The entertainment, the dining, design, and the variety all make the ship feel special. And I would be remiss to mention, it sails out of Port Canaveral, again, avoiding Miami. Like Icon, Star may be too large or too busy for some cruisers. I've heard people say, oh, that's too much ship for me. And that's cool. But based on my personal experience, Star of the Seas currently provides the best overall Royal Caribbean cruise experience. So let's do a quick recap. My honorable mentions are Brilliance of the Seas, Odyssey of the Seas, and Wonder of the Seas. My official top 5 are Navigator, number 5, Independence, number 4, Utopia, number 3, Icon, number 2, see, got confused, and the number 1 is Star of the Seas. I tried to represent several different classes of Royal Caribbean ships rather than allowing one class to dominate. Because if I did that, guys, it would be all Icon, all Oasis, and that's just not fair. And I did make an exception where I allowed Icon and Star to be on the list because I think they offer just something a little bit different and they each deserved a space in there. But now I want to hear from you. What's the best Royal Caribbean ship you've ever sailed? Do you agree Utopia should rank above Wonder? Which ship did I rank way too high or too low? Put your top 3 Royal Caribbean ships in the comments. Follow YoTravelholic for more honest cruise conversations and share this video with the person you're trying to convince to take that Royal Caribbean cruise. And remember, I read every comment. And I absolutely will respond. And if you're about to plan your next cruise, check out the next video and see if it doesn't give you some tips.